Hey guys, it's your coach Greg D here, back with another Think About It video today. And what we're going to be talking about is believing is seeing. Now I know we've been conditioned to believe that seeing is believing, but this is not the case. So what we're basically going to be talking about here is how our thoughts, what we think about consistently, whether it is positive or negative, ends up being manifested into our environment, into our universe, whatever you want to call your surroundings, I guess. So basically, you can take anything that you can think about, and you can make it manifest in your environment. So if you're constantly thinking on the negative, so for example, if you're constantly thinking when you look in the mirror that you're too overweight, you're too skinny, no matter what you do physically to change your appearance, you will always have that, you will always see yourself in that way unless you change your thought processes, unless you change those beliefs and those paradigms and those thoughts that you tell yourself, whether they be, something like, oh, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny. This can even be, I've actually had this happen to me recently. Getting a new car, I pretty much knew ahead of time what kind of car it was that I wanted. And the more that I thought about it, the more that I started to see the car around, the more that I started to notice it. Now, it's not necessarily that there were more or less of the cars before I decided to actually get that car, but when you start to think about it that often and that consistently, like I said, whether it is positive or negative, your brain becomes more conscious of it. Your brain becomes more aware of it. So therefore, you start to notice it more often. So why I'm telling you all of this is because in the context, in the paradigm of believing is seeing, you need to make sure that you are consciously aware of what you are thinking about, what your beliefs are, especially if there's something in your life that you don't like. Talking about any aspect of life, honestly. But if there's something in it that doesn't sit well with you, you want it to change for something better, you need to be consciously aware of how you're thinking about it, because you will be manifesting that thought into your environment, into your universe. And in the case of the negative, you will never be able to get rid of that negative thought. You'll never be able to rise above it, I guess I could say. So you need to make sure that you are being consciously aware of how you're thinking, what your beliefs are, what your paradigms are. And if there is something in your life that you want to change, start thinking about it in a more positive way. Start thinking about how you can change that thought process so that you can manifest what you do want to see into your life, into your environment. So think about that. And with that, guys, that is today's video. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already to see more content like this. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon.